when I led off the show, I talked about how much I love this particular show, and I love that we have the opportunity to do this. Will we be able to do this forever? No. Not because... Well, probably not because the boys aren't talented, not because everybody will stop listening and stop watching, which people should have already done that already. I don't know if that's going to take place, but because I'm going to run out. Like, I know that. So this show will probably survive the boys without me in here. And now there's no end in sight. We're talking 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, whatever the case. Wow. But I'm not going to be able to do this for the rest of my life, mostly because we've all seen me. I get sick of me so much. I will be sick of hearing my voice every single day the way it goes. So anytime there's any opportunities to do anything outside of this show, I always look at them. I'm always interested, and I represent myself. So the conversations are always something nice to kind of learn about. When I got to start doing business with the WWE, it was fucking amazing getting to chat with them, learn about their business, learn about how they go about doing their things. I think I've gotten a chance to take some stuff from the WWE, apply it to this business, make us better. And the people at WWE are proud of us for doing it and are willing to help and do everything. It's like everybody I've ever worked with, I've had the opportunity to learn from, grow from, and experience life that I've never thought I could experience. When I retired from the NFL, went to Barstool. What an incredibly lucky opportunity for all of us, for me, to get a chance to learn from the people that have been doing it on the internet for a very, very long time, how they go about doing their business, what works, what doesn't work for me. I got a chance to kind of experience it all. Bob and Tom, whenever I was in the league, I got a chance to do their show on a weekly basis from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single Tuesday. Nationally syndicated radio show. I got to see how they operate, how they put their show together. I'm just like incredibly fortunate to be able to live and do the shit that I do and learn from the people that I get to learn from. You can go back. I got to learn from fucking Adam Vinatieri on how to be a punter, a ball kicker in the NFL. It's just, I am a lucky fucking human. I know that. I'm trying to enjoy it as much as possible. I'm living the dumbest life possible. I think I work my ass off, so I think, hopefully karma does come around a little bit, and if I didn't work my ass off, Tim and Sally McAfee would be embarrassed. But I think everything that happens to me, I always have to think back to what this show is, how this show goes, and what the future means for this show. So when WWE comes and they offer SmackDown, we go and get a house in Tampa Bay. We build a studio in the living room so that we can do the show live from Tampa every single week whenever I go in to do the Thunderdome. Now, we had like 130-some thousand concurrents happening at one point, live in a living room in Tampa Bay that Zito put together. There was 400 wires running around,
my God.
3 cameras,
Yeah.
and we had 130-some thousand people watching on the Draft Spectacular, and we broke, like 4 or 5 different sets of news just doing that. That is how we have always rolled around here. How do we continue to do the show while also experiencing other things that nobody really should deserve to have the opportunity to experience? So whenever I got to do College Game Day a couple years back, we were literally doing a show out of the back of a box truck a couple different times. We continued to move. I flew on 6 flights a week doing College Game Day. I was doing Thursday Night Football for them. I was doing Monday Get Up. I got a chance to experience what the ESPN life is like. And ultimately, at the end of my run with College Game Day, at the end of my appearances that were paid for, we decided, like, hey, don't know if now is the right time. Don't know if this is the right business. Don't know if it's the right time for my life, for the show, for their show. Didn't really know if it was the perfect fit. So Jimmy Pitaro and I have been in contact ever since. Now, we sat in his suite for the national championship game here in Indianapolis. He was very kind to let us in there. Good food.
Great food.
Hey, that suite had good food.
I can imagine.
That suite, much different food than the suite that...
No apples?
Now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, that's just kind of... I didn't expect to put that in this whole...
AJ only eats cheese cubes, found that out.
Yeah, well, sometimes depends on the day.
Of course.
That he would do his entire thing. But Jimmy Pitaro and I have remained in contact and conversation, trying to figure out what works and how it works. The Omaha Productions offer came to simulcast 6 games. That's still happening, I do believe, unless there is some changes, but I do believe that is still happening. Haven't talked to the Omaha folks since this has been announced last night at 11 p.m. Thanks, Marshawn.
Yeah,
I mean, at least give me the morning. I mean, Jesus Christ, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, how am I supposed to sleep, Marshawn,
You're not.
When you light up my phone at 11 p.m. I mean, do you care about my well-being?
Nope.
You don't.
No.
I mean, it was obviously massive news. I'm honored to have the news broke. But Jimmy Pitaro and I have been in contact trying to figure out how we can make something work, how we can make something bigger work. And literally the conversations just kind of naturally fell. And last week, we got a deal done for me to join College Game Day full-time this season. Also next season. It is an honor It is a show that is an institution. It's a Saturday staple in all of our lives, from truck drivers to suits and all the people in between. Saturday morning has a routine, and it all revolves around College Game Day. When I got a chance to be on the show a couple times, I knew that I'm into TV right now. Like I've only watched this show since I was a kid. I've only seen the show in every single NFL building on every Saturday morning it's on. I couldn't believe that I had the opportunity to do it. It just didn't work out at the time to continue to do it. Now it is. I am honored and lucky to do it. With that, though, because it is Saturday morning, to make that decision really be a firm yes from me, I wanted to talk to the people from the WWE, because obviously I hold my role as a SmackDown commentator as high as anything else that I do, because not only is it a dream for me since I was a little kid, but there's other little kids out there that are hopefully getting their imagination and their goals and dreams created, just like I was when I was a kid watching WWE. And somebody can go on and have bigger dreams than people that are around them could ever fathom, or people, the city where they're from, could ever understand. I think WWE does that for kids. So every time I got an opportunity to get on a microphone there, I wanted to honor that. So before I could agree with Jimmy Pitaro to do College Game Day, which is an institution and an honor of a lifetime, and in the sports world, one of the biggest shows of all time, I had to talk to the WWE first and see what their thoughts were. I was thinking about maybe doing both. How do I go about doing it? I did it one time whenever SmackDown was in Buffalo, and there was a plane that was stuck in the Middle East, and they weren't able to get back. So Triple H actually called me, who's in charge of creative now. Triple H called me and was like, hey, can you get to Buffalo to do SmackDown? Because we don't have anybody, basically. And I had College Game Day the next morning in Memphis. So Jim Irsay, this is my joke of my life. Jim Irsay gave me his fucking jet to fly to Buffalo, then the Game Day in Memphis the next morning. I was on like 2 hours of sleep, but it was accomplishable. So the original thought for me was, I could do SmackDown and Game Day. I could do it. The folks at the WWE, who I have nothing but love, respect, and appreciation for. I'm talking old regime, new regime, whoever you think is in charge over there, I have nothing but great feelings towards. So I reach out to them, I chit-chat with them. They actually were the ones that said, hey man, if you're going to do Game Day, which is a great opportunity, congratulations. We're actually, I think WWE has been a part of Game Day a few different times. We love the show. You cannot be traveling overnight for the entirety of the season. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your family. It's not good for anything. Whenever the time is right, we will have you definitely be back in our family. So SmackDown will be on hold for a little bit, me commentating, while I do College Game Day. I'm still very much in the WWE family, and as one OG in the WWE said to me in a message that was very heartfelt, said, hey, now one of our guys is on College Game Day. So I'm still very much a part of the WWE family. We'll still very much be doing things. But for the good of college football and for the good of the opportunity that is in front of me right now, I'll be focusing on College Game Days on Saturdays, this show Monday through Fridays. Then Sunday I'll be attempting to watch all NFL games. And then this will be the greatest football season of all time. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. It only happens because of all you motherfuckers that watch and follow along. I'm very, very thankful. And to all the boys, all your hard work, anything that I get to do is literally a reflection of fucking everything that you guys have accomplished. So I appreciate everybody. It's a huge day. Got a haircut for TV.
Hell yeah.
Looks good.
I was going to grow that thing out. Because in WWE you wear headphones, so I could just I can put a
Take that
little
thing
poof
over the
and
top.
just take
Yeah.
it back, and nobody would know that I'm growing my hair out. But with Game Day, that shit's going to get nasty. Got my haircut this morning from the back porch barber, and I can't wait for Austin, Texas this Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to get back in front of their crowd. I can't wait to get back chatting about college football. This morning, now I watch College Game Day every Saturday, so I know the high level, zoomed out stories of basically everything and everybody. We cover a lot of the media. Tone Diggs, though, is in the weeds of college football.
Oh, yeah.
Had a full hour-long class this morning, learning about who transferred where, who had great history where, what coaching lineage is where. I'm trying to become as sharp as a tool as I could possibly become. And a lot of people did call me a tool on the internet, so that wasn't on purpose saying I'm going to become a sharpest tool, but it's still going to be a tool in a lot of people's eyes. I'm going to try my best to be an additive to a show that has won 32 Emmys or something something like that since 2003. It is an honor. It is a blast. And this show shall go on. I might be live on Friday some places.
Oh, really?
On site.
I believe that's in the middle of conversations as well. Yeah,
Okay.
there might be a little bit of that going on. It's kind of all, the combos between me and Paisan Jimmy Pitaro.
Sure.
First time I met him, by the way, I had no idea who the fuck he was.
Who's Jimmy Pitaro for the people that don't know?
So he's the ESPN.
Top dog.
He's the head guy at ESPN. So it's been well documented that my relationship with middle management is not fantastic. Nope. Okay, it is pretty well documented that I do not. So there's been some situations in the past at ESPN because I was in games, I was in studio show, I was doing game day. So there's a lot of different departments at ESPN. ESPN is like 50 departments because of how big it is. And it's been around a long time. It started as guys drinking beers, running highlights. Now it's become this conglomerate that is, remarkable, but it's a lot of different. So if I had a situation with somebody, in a thing where something was said or something was thing, and I didn't like it, my natural reaction is, "Oh, fuck off." Okay. And I wouldn't say it, maybe in that fashion, but it would certainly get my point across like, hey, okay, that ain't gonna happen. Like that ain't how this is gonna go. So I think Jimmy got these messages from like 4 or 5 different things, departments, and was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like who is this Pat McAfee guy who seems to just say, nah, not gonna do that. Nah, don't wanna do that. That doesn't sound like something I would ever do. So I'm so sorry, not gonna do that. So we actually have become pretty good. I think he's gotten a chance to kind of understand who I am. I've gotten a chance to understand who he is. I've gotten a chance to understand ESPN as a whole a little bit more through the conversations with him. And I'm very grateful for him keeping in touch. Never given up on me, I think,
Yeah.
Could have very easily given up on a relationship with me because of, the multiple things that have happened. They had people, ESPN at one point banned their employees from coming on this show.
That's right.
That's what it got to at one point with me and ESPN.
Trending.
Banned them from. So me and Jimmy, since those moments, have become, pretty cordial, like pretty good friends. I was offered U.S. Open tickets.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I don't know if that was like kind of the.
That's a big deal.
I don't know if that was
Yeah.
kind of like hey, let's close this deal. You want to go see?
What day was it on?
You want to go
again?
see this Nick Kyrgios guy just lose his fucking mind
Yeah.
every single. Sorry, this guy's an emotional roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how he survives.
Maniac.
I don't know. He's gonna.
Maniac.
They need to check that guy's heart. By the way,
Yeah.
I've been diving into it, but yes, I'm very thankful for Jimmy Pitaro for getting this deal done. Very thankful to join the College Gameday squad. And Marshawn, thanks for leaking at 11 o'clock at night last night.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking sleep, and I'm gonna be lacking sleep anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
All season.
Right. You're kind of a.
But thank you to the WWE family. Thank you to everybody. And let's have a fucking show.
Let's go.